Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie with Lumeria Star. I have not filmed a video in so long, or what it feels like so long. I think it's been 2 months. Summer, I don't know about anyone else, but summer for me just came and went. Every weekend I had something going on. During the week I always had things going on. So I really haven't even had the time, or really haven't prioritized creating tarot content, which I miss doing. So, oh my gosh, the birds right now. Hold on. Shoo shoo. What we're going to do today is I'm going to go through all the decks I worked with this summer, kind of like a summer reflection collection video of the decks I worked with in both July and August. So we're just going to like get right into it because I know we're always here for the decks. So the first deck I worked with this summer, and let's just take a moment to appreciate this beautiful fabric in this tarot bag. So the first deck I worked with this summer is the Visionary Tarot. So this is the silver edition. This is by Addison James. Unfortunately, this is out of print, so I'm really sorry. I hate showing out of print decks, especially if people can't get their hands on them. And I even noticed that the creator, her Instagram is completely disabled. So who knows what's going on. But anyway, this is the deck I really, really enjoy. It's all black and white, and all the artwork is very oceanic, very coastal, lots of like mermaid figures, which you all probably know I love as a self-proclaimed beach witch. So this deck is such a delight to work with in the summer. I really, really enjoy it. I really hope she, comes back to social media and the tarot world. And, a lot of artists will do that. They'll come back and reprint decks, or, do new Kickstarters. So that would be really awesome. But just look at some of this artwork. It's so good. I love all the big flowing mermaid hair. It's just beautiful. And I love this deck. Every time I whip it out, every summer, it brings me so much joy. I love this Empress card with her big hair and her like crown made of like coral. It's so stunning. So it's just a really nice deck I like to use in the summer. I could definitely use this all year. But I just tend to gravitate towards it in the summer. And I also always pair it with this crystal. I don't even know what this is. Maybe some kind of jasper, but it just feels like they go together. So I usually keep it in the bag together. So that was always just a really fun deck to work with in summer. So that's deck number 1 I wanted to share. All right, deck number 2. I guess I'll go through the decks that have my bags, that are in bags. This is another really, really sweet, whimsical mermaid print. And this one is can you tell by the back? This is the Tempest Tarot. So I love this deck. It's got this very like muted color palette. It's very simplistic. It's a lot of like ocean themes and pirates, and we've got some mermaids, and the pentacles are like coins, like sunken treasure. It's just got this really great like nautical vibe. We've got jellyfish. I like how we have the titles that are like very similar to like the RWS style. And this is just a great reader. It pairs really well with other decks. Look at that Tower card. And this Hermit card, how perfect. The Death card is great. I love this Empress card. Devil card. Is that supposed to be like a kraken, or is that just an octopus? I don't know. More mermaids in here, which you know I love. And this is a wonderful deck. This, I believe, is still in print. I love this Lovers card too. This gives me like Little Mermaid vibes, like Ariel and Eric. That makes me very happy. One of my favorite Disney movies. So this is a favorite that I'm so glad I have in my collection, and this was one that I definitely reached for this summer, and usually every summer. So that is the Tempest Tarot in this sweet little mermaid bag print. Okay, so next deck, we've got another really fun mermaid printed bag. I love this print. It's very like retro pinup tattoo art style, and you'll probably see that the coordinating deck I think goes really well with it. So if I can get this out of the bag. So this is the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. So this one is another one of my favorites. Let's take out the extra cards. So these are probably some of my favorite backs. They're just so vibrant and beautiful. Love, love, love taking this deck out. When I moved to the beach, what is it now? I moved here September 2019. I can't believe that's been 5 years now. That's insane. But, you know, COVID years, I feel like that's all a blur. But I treated myself to this deck because it really reminded me of the area I work in, or not, well, worked in and live in. But a lot of the boardwalks, especially in Asbury Park, New Jersey, have a lot of like really funky artwork on the boardwalk. So this, I feel like, is my Asbury Park deck, and that's why it has like very special meaning to me. But anyway, I really enjoy Dame Darcy's artwork. She's got that kind of like comic book style art. It's kind of like messy and quirky, and of course tons of mermaids. We've got shipwrecks and pirates, and it's like a fantasy world I can jump into. Really beautiful, vibrant colors, and it's just so, so fun. So one of my favorite decks to work with in summer. Beautiful. Really love this world card too. So that is the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. So this one will probably be going away for the season, and I really don't work with this deck much unless it is summertime. So this will be put away for now as we kind of, as I'm filming this deck, it's the beginning of September. So I'll be kind of taking out a lot of my fall decks. So this one will be put in storage until next summer. Okay, so let's see here. The fourth deck I will get into. This is the Tarot Sirene. I love this tiny little pocket size. This is by Wandering Oracle. This has seen better days. I literally store my tarot decks in baskets and bins, and I still seem to get little critters. They're, you know, like I keep a pretty clean house, so like I really hate that they're like nibbling at my decks. Like that's so concerning. But anyway, look at these super fun holographic backs. I edged these myself in a metallic blue. They were just like plain white, so I think I did a pretty nice job with that. So this is a Marseille deck. So this is probably one of the reasons why I don't reach for this more than I want to, because the artwork is beautiful. But for me, there's still something about Marseille decks that like I'm not going to reach for them first. I'm always going to reach for like an RWS deck, or just like a fully illustrated, like a deck with fully illustrated minors. But regardless, I love the artwork of the majors and the court cards. This is just a very like whimsical deck. I think this is out of print. I'm not sure. We have another Hermit Crab for the Hermit, so I apologize for that, but it might still be available. Wandering Oracle, you can like look them up on Instagram. But oh, I love this death card too. So good. I definitely want to reach for this more, and I think for me to do that, I'm really gonna have to do a Marseille like deep dive. I keep saying that. I've been saying it for years. I know how to read Marseille, but again, like I feel like if I do a deep dive, maybe I'll feel more called to like really go all in. But regardless, I absolutely adore this deck. This one's not going anywhere either. And yep, this will be put away until next summer. This is just such a joy to have. So that's Tarot Sirene by Wandering Oracle. Okay, the next deck I work with this summer is the Seawitch Tarot. So this is by Willow White Raven. So this is the standard tarot size. She also had like an oracle size deck, and it was a linen cardstock, and I prefer tarot size, and I'm like hit or miss with linen cardstock. Sometimes it's too slippery for me, so I ended up rehoming that one, and I just kept this, and I love it. This deck is so quirky and interesting. You'll see the artwork really varies. Like a lot of the, not even the majors, a lot of the cards have these like really ornate backgrounds, a lot of like Victorian or just like old artwork mixed in with like really simplistic pips. It's just a very like magpie vintage deck, and I love it. It really does feel like you would find this in the parlor of a fortune teller, and it smells like incense and patchouli, and she's got you know, shells on her reading table along with a crystal ball and, you know, some potions. I feel like that's where I would find this deck. So I love this one. It pairs really well with I'll show a few oracle decks next, but this is a joy to work with. So quirky, so fun. And you can see like some of the cards are super simplistic. Love, love, love. Love this deck so much. So that is the Seawitch Tarot. I need to get a nice bag for this. I haven't found anything on Etsy. That's where I usually get most of my tarot bags. I haven't found anything I liked yet, but I want something to kind of match the vibe of this artwork. So until then, it's just in its tuck box, which is really beautiful. I love the prints here of like, I don't know, I feel like this is like artwork you would find in like old biology, like vintage textbooks. Beautiful. So that's the Seawitch Tarot by Willow White Raven. Love. So that'll be packed away most likely for the season. Okay, so a deck that what is it called? The Seawitch Tarot actually pairs really nicely with is the Messages from the Mermaid Oracle. This is by Karen K, and this is a Hay House deck. This is a really sweet deck. I mean, I don't use it a lot, but again, as you know, claiming myself as a beach witch, I just feel like whenever I find any type of like mermaid or ocean decks, I'm like, gotta have it. Yep, absolutely. So the artwork is very pretty. I love how there's all these different depictions of mermaids. We've got different skin tones, different hair textures. We have mermen in here. We have different body types too. Like there's a couple mermaids that are like fuller figure bodies, which I love. So I just feel like it really takes the idea of mermaids past the like lens of like a white person, and it just depicts mermaids as these gorgeous mythical creatures. I love that about this deck. The keywords are very simple. You really don't even need to use the guidebook, but the guidebook is pretty good, I would say. So that's really enjoyable, and the guidebook, you know, has about like a page and a half with each, and yeah, it's just nice. It's nothing like too serious, but I do really enjoy having this deck in my collection. So this one will be also put away for the season until next summer. All right, so another ocean deck I have is the Salt and Sea Energy. This is an oracle deck by Rachel Rubino. I believe this is the first edition. Yeah, this is the one that came out in 2020. I believe there's like a second edition where the artwork is a bit different, but, and might come with a guidebook too, I'm not sure. This one does not come with a guidebook. These are the pretty backs. And these are just really simple. It has the keyword and like a little message. That's all you really need. So I feel like this pairs really nicely with a lot of the decks I just shown to you. You know, it just has a tiny little message you can kind of take. It could be a clarifying card. It could be good for journaling, like a nice setting intention for the day, setting intention if you're meditating. And it's got all those lovely ocean summer vibes. So I really just enjoy having this one in my collection too. And I like how it also has some more challenging themes too. It's not just like an all love and light deck, which sometimes are hard to work with. Like I really like decks that have more balance. So I do appreciate that about this one. So as I said before, this one's a first edition, which I'm assuming is out of print. But if you do enjoy this, I believe she has like the second or third edition out. And I believe it has a full guidebook, but you can find her website is saltandseaenergy.com. So just enjoy that one. Okay, so another one in this cute little blue kind of moon bag. Let me open this one up. So this is actually another Marseille deck. This is the Triumphe De La Luna by Patrick Valenza, and this is the Paradoxical Blue edition. And I'm not even really a blue person, so to speak, but I bought this a couple years ago, and I don't know why. I'm just like so drawn to this color palette of blues and pops of teal, but I feel like this is just a really nice, like, it gives me all the ocean vibes in like a dark way. So I've used this all year round. You can certainly use this in the darker months of the year just because it's Patrick Valenza's artwork and he naturally creates a lot of really dark art. But I love this one in the summer. I feel like just the blues really connect me to that ocean energy, that dark ocean energy, that dark feminine energy. So I really appreciate that. And this is another deck, because it's a Marseille, I don't really reach for a lot, which is why I keep telling myself I need to do a deep dive with Marseille. But I'm just so glad I have this. This one I believe was limited edition. He might still have some of these on his website, or it might be out of print, so I apologize for that if that's the case. This one also came with, you can see this stack. I don't know how many cards this is. Is this like 20 or 25 cards? But they're like Oracle cards. So I keep them kind of separate. But you can use these separately. So it's kind of like you get two decks in one. You can use it with your tarot reading, and I saved the PDF guidebook on my phone. So should I want to use these like little creatures, I could read it intuitively, or I could use the online guidebook, and they're really fun. And I'm just a big fan of Patrick Valenza's artwork. It's dark and it's beautiful, and those dark and beautiful are some of my favorite things. And these are some extra cards as well. So that is the Triumphe De La Luna Paradoxical Blue. And that's one I do tend to reach for in the summer months, because it just gives me a little bit of that ocean energy. So let me pop that back in its bag. Okay. Let's see what else we have to show. I have quite a bit of decks here because this is a summer's worth of decks. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more decks. So hopefully, you know, I'm trying to not spend too much time on them, but giving you enough time to enjoy the deck. So this one was a new one in my collection this year. I've really not been buying new tarot at all. I'm just really enjoying what I have. But this is one I did treat myself to because it was out of print last year and then it came back. So this is the Wisdom of the Depths Tarot by Lynn Thurman. You will see this is all the beautiful ocean energy, and I am obsessed with this deck. Here are the pretty backs. And this deck is a lot of like collage work. It's got vintage images. I love this color palette of blues and purples. It's absolutely stunning. This one pairs really nicely with an oracle I'm going to show you next. I feel like this kind of, like, what am I trying to say? Scratches the itch of the Seawitch Tarot as well. They're completely different vibes, but they both pull in that vintage artwork and that ocean energy. And I don't know, I just love this deck so much. So I'm really, really glad I treated myself to this for my birthday this year. I just love it. I love the vintage feel to it. Love the color palette too. Like, look how gorgeous that is. The High Priestess with Venus. And it's very Rider-Waite-Smith too, which I enjoy. Look at that beautiful Empress. Ugh, these colors are stunning. Stunning, stunning. And this is an extra card, the Depths. So I'm really, really glad I treated myself to this one. It came with a little white book, which was actually nice. It just came with like a keyword, but I was using it to get to know the deck. So really enjoy that one. If you're interested, you can find it at lynnthurman.com. I got this, I believe, on Etsy this year, and it was on sale. So just really love that. And then I paired that. This is another deck I treated myself to this year. This is the Seashell Oracle. So this pairs beautifully with the Wisdom of the Depths. And this is by Broccoli Mag. And you'll see why they pair so beautifully, because it's another collage deck and it has the vintage feel to it. So you can see the artwork is absolutely beautiful. You've got lots of seashells and ocean creatures. And what's nice is we just get 3 to, I think it's 3 for each one, simple keywords. So you can really just use the deck on its own, but there is a guidebook that I can show you. So this pairs nicely with Wisdom of the Depths. This also paired nicely with the Seawitch Tarot. Absolutely gorgeous. I was using this to journal. So stunning. These are also beautiful for like altar cards. I didn't put them on my altar this summer, but I could see myself doing that moving forward. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is collage work done really, really nicely. Here is the guidebook. And you can see it's not a whole lot, but we have like a color image, and we have just like maybe a little paragraph that goes a little bit deeper into each card. And, just some information on how to use the cards. But I just really, really enjoy this. And I feel like it just fits really well in my kind of like ocean collection, ocean and mermaid collection of decks. So that was another purchase that I did make this year. And this one I believe I ordered right from the creator. So that is broccolimag.com. Love, love, love. Okay, so let's move on to a few other decks. So you all know how much I love this deck series. So I use the Litha Oracle. So I use this really June into July. I just love these decks. I cannot wait for Ostara to come out, and then the collection is complete, and that's going to just feel so satisfying. So this has a lot of really beautiful summer imagery, a lot of like greenery and flowers. I think the repeating image in here is a butterfly, I believe. And these decks are wonderful for journaling. Absolutely love. Farmer's market, just all that yummy summer energy. sunbathing, heirloom tomatoes, stargazing. It's just beautiful. I didn't reach for this one as much as I wanted to, though, I will say. And like I said, I was really busy. I felt really busy this summer. So I can't wait for next Litha time next year to dive deeper into this one. But yeah, I'm so glad to have this. Rockpool did send me this one, so I really appreciate that. So thank you, Rockpool. So the Litha deck was a must-have this summer, followed by the Llamas deck. So I really pulled this one out in August. This one I definitely had more time to work a bit deeper with. And my birthday is a few days after Llamas. So I don't know. I felt more connected to this one, and maybe it's just because I spent more time with it, but I love, again, the keywords are wonderful. It does have that late summer energy, early fall vibe. And it's just beautiful. The guidebook is great too. Like I can't recommend these decks enough. Like look how stunning this artwork is. This definitely is just late summer, early harvest. I love all the golds in this. I believe the reoccurring symbol in this is the sunflower. It's got a lot of Queen of Wands energy. Just look how stunning that is. That's the one on the cover. Sunburst, coming of fall. I remember pulling that one. Farmhouse, pulled that one too. Lion, so it's got that Leo energy as well. And I have a few of these cards on my altar right now, so this is probably missing like 2 cards. But I really, really enjoyed this one because I took the time to play with it more. And just again, Rockpool sent that one, and I'm very appreciative, so thank you, Rockpool. If you don't already know about these decks, I recommend checking them out. They're wonderful. And we're almost done with the set, so that's going to be very exciting. So we use that. What else? I've been talking a lot. Let me take a sip of my seltzer. Okay. So another deck I used this summer, but I use this all year round. This is the Moon Baby Tarot. I am obsessed with this deck. I really am. I love everything about this deck. I love its Rider-Waite-Smith. I love the reimagined colors based off of the Hoi Polloi Tarot, which is a vintage deck from the 70s. I think the creator, Brant Palazzo, did such an incredible job with this. Everything about this deck feels like me. It just speaks to me. So the colors feel like late summer to me, like late summer, early fall. So I really enjoy it during that time. I like to use this deck during my birthday month. I don't know why, probably just because I love it, but I do use this deck all year round. But like, look how just amazing the coloring is, and the vintage feel to this. It's got that 70s like energy to it. And obviously it's a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, so it's very easy. Oh, I forgot I have, I should take one of those out because he gave us 2 strength cards and 2 justice cards based off of, you know, whether you read more like Thoth-based. So I need to remember to take that out. But these are just so beautiful. I love all the pinks. I really love this color palette, honestly. I think maybe that's what it does for me. And I love it so much. I actually have some artwork on my desk right here that Brant actually sent me with the deck. I'll show it right here, which is the 10 of Cups. So I actually have this in a frame on my desk. That's how much I love it. So this deck will never go anywhere. Absolute favorite. And this is one I do use year round, but I found myself really reaching for this a lot this summer. Fan favorite. Okay, so another deck I was reaching for this summer is the She-Wolf Tarot. So this is the original 1st edition. I would love to get my hands on, I want to say it's actually the second edition, and it's got, for the Emperor, it's got, oh my gosh, what's his name? David Bowie. But obviously that's not in print anymore. I think she has 4 editions now. I actually think the creator, Devaney Wolf, is doing a Kickstarter for a new edition, but I really am looking for the second edition. I know it's like such a random one. So if anyone has a second edition and you know, want to part with it, let me know. But this is the first edition. I absolutely love this deck. She is fierce. She is feminine. She's got this like retro futuristic vibe. Love the High Priestess card. That's the creator, Devaney Wolf. This is a very deep and evocative deck. The guidebook is incredible, so I usually use it a lot when I use this deck. And yeah, this reminds me, I got this when it very first came out. I want to say it was like 2017 or 16 maybe. And that marks, to me in my mind, it marks like earlier in my tarot journey. I bought this because I loved the artwork, but reading it felt a little out of reach for me. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to pick this up and I'll connect with it when I'm ready. And I did. And it just, yeah, it just reminds me, it's like a part of my tarot history, so to speak. It has these beautiful like rose gold gilded edges. My guidebook has seen better days. Like you can see, I've had this a long time because the pages are completely coming out. Like the spine is broken and the glue. But let me see if it shows the year this was printed. 2017. So I was right. So this, yeah, I bought this when it first came out, loved it. And this was really when I was kind of going in deeper with tarot for the very first time. So I absolutely adore this deck. Keeping my eye out for that random second edition deck. I did buy the 4th edition and I ended up rehoming that. I don't know if I want to back the new Kickstarter. Like, I am happy with this. I don't need it, but we'll see. She's a beauty. Love that I have her in my collection. Okay, so I have 3 more decks I want to show. So this next one is an Oracle deck. So this is the Ocean Dreams Oracle. This is by Danielle Noel. I love Danielle Noel's artwork, and I know a lot of people in the tarot community have said this, but this deck feels hard to connect with, and I don't know why. Like, I hate that. I don't know what it is about this deck, but it feels, I was looking for more ocean energy, and a lot of people have said it feels more like starseed energy, and I would agree. I was really looking for that like dark, deep ocean energy, and this feels very high vibe, starseed, love and light, which I'm not saying is bad, but that's not what I was looking for with this deck. So even though I did use this deck this summer, I don't really use it when I'm craving ocean energy. I actually use this when I'm doing either like mostly like self-love work. That's more of what it feels like to me. There are a few like more challenging cards, so I appreciate that. I wanted more of like this, like darkness, but I feel like more of the energy is just very light and airy, and even the artwork's a little bit like blown out with like the exposure. And I'm not trying to be picky with the artwork, but for some reason I'm not fully connecting with this deck, and I know a lot of other people felt the same way too. But again, objectively it is just beautiful, so you know, I'm keeping it. I'm not going to let it go. Perhaps a deep dive would help me gain a better connection with it. I do really love this Emergence card. That's probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, is this one. But yeah, otherwise it's very love and light and starseed and high vibe, and I guess there's a time and place for that, but I guess that's not what I'm typically looking for in my readings these days. Like the Abyss is a great card. But a lot of the keywords too just like aren't hitting for me, like Ancient Emissaries. I don't know what to do with that. So there's that too. But again, she does write absolutely gorgeous guidebooks. So I think for me to truly connect with this, I probably need to read this, you know, cover to cover and do a deep dive study, and maybe that connection will be created. I do also love that the edging is like a matte, like very light turquoise, almost baby blue. It's got a little bit of sparkle to it. So that is very pretty. The deck in itself is absolutely exquisite quality. So this one isn't going anywhere yet, but it's still, you know, I'm still struggling to really get into this one. So that's Ocean Dreams. All right, guys, we got 2 more decks that I worked with this summer. So let's get into it. So this next one is in a beautiful, like, light lavender bag. And let me get it out. It's a little snug in here. And this is one of my old favorites. This is the original Moonchild. So I feel like, how nice is this bag match? I just love that. So this one I used more in the month of August, my birth month, and I love it. Everything about this deck feels like a beautiful, elevated experience. It just takes divination and makes it feel really special to me. So I have loved this deck since it came out. Ironically, I have the Shadow edition of the Moonchild as well, and I still haven't quite bonded with that yet because I'm already bonded with this one. But I think come fall, I'm gonna really take time with that one. I love the Devil card. This is the type of Danielle Noel artwork I really enjoy and I was looking for in the Ocean Dreams Oracle. Like I like how there's darker imagery. I like how we're diving deeper into shadow work. And that's what I think of with oceans too, because it is so deep and dark, and we're in our emotions, and that deck feels just too light. But I was looking for more of this energy, and that's why I love this deck so much. And it's a favorite among many for good reason. The vintage collage work is incredible. The quartz she did are absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. And this is probably one of my favorite death cards ever. Like I would love to actually have that as a print in my house. It's absolutely exquisite. I love this deck. Love it so much. I'm so glad I have it. This one will never go anywhere. So, and this is one I use all year. So she's not going to be packed away for the season, but she'll be put away for now just so I can spend some time with some other decks, especially her sister counterpart, the Shadow edition. Okay, so the last deck I want to share is very special. So this is the Omni Tarot. This is by Olivia Healy. So this is really special because this was sent to me by a follower of mine on Instagram. She's kind of become like an Instagram friend of mine, and she said that she wasn't really connecting with this deck and she wanted to send it to me, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, yes, thank you so much. So it came and she's perfect. Like I remember the first reading I pulled the Empress, which is my life path card. So it just felt like it was an immediate connection. So these are the beautiful backs. We've got this beautiful blue color, and we've got this like cobalt, almost like royal blue gilded edges. And this artwork is just like, she's high fashion. She is dark and kind of sassy and couture, and I don't know, she's just got such a great vibe. So I really loved getting to know this deck. We've got all these like high fashion, like high boots. It's so great. And I'm so grateful that she had sent this to me, because this was actually on my wish list for a really long time. And I just, haven't picked it up because I'm trying to be mindful with my finances, and I have, you know, I'm trying to enjoy what I have deck-wise. Look at this Devil card. But I'm so very grateful she sent this over. I feel like this deck definitely connects with me in a lot of ways, and I'm excited to continue getting to know her. And it's got a slight witchy vibe too. Like we got these little hats, you know, like she feels like a couture witch, like a high fashion witch is what she feels like to me. So I really, really enjoy that. I didn't even see this. Omni, all of things combining form. And I think there's a new edition. I think this is the first edition, but I think there is a newer edition that comes with a guidebook. This one didn't come with a guidebook, but that's okay because it was gifted and it was pre-loved, and I'm just so grateful for that. So yeah, guys, like I'm just gonna put some decks into frame here, but these are all the decks I worked with this summer. And you know, I'm sorry I haven't been on social media too much. I just feel like, you know, life was just super busy, and I miss creating content. I miss connecting online, and I definitely want to get more into a regular practice. So I do have a video that will be coming up probably within the week. I think it's going to be a two-parter actually, because I have literally a stack of decks that have come into me mostly this summer, and because I've been busy, I haven't had a chance to share them, but I want to share a lot of new decks that were sent to me that I wanted to share with you all. And because I have a lot, it's most likely going to be a two-part video. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here and sticking around, even though I haven't posted a video in like 2 months. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. It's free, and you can see when I create some new videos and content. And thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.